Are the traditional methods dead? Is it still a viable strategy to flip houses or be a landlord? These are questions people are asking themselves right now because the economic conditions aren't ideal. Interest rates continue to go up. Real estate prices continue to go up. All of these things have people wondering, wow, is it even possible to do just the normal real estate investing strategies? Well, stick with me because in this video, we're going to talk about if these things still work, and not only if they do, but how you might be able to make them work for yourself. Hey everybody, Henry Washington here from Bigger Pockets, and welcome back to the On Market YouTube channel presented by Fundrise. If you love this content, please give us a like and a subscribe so we can keep bringing you more of it. And as always, please give me a follow on Instagram. I'm at the Henry Washington on Instagram. So with that being said, let's talk about each one of these strategies and why it's still viable and what has changed with it. So let's start off with rental properties. And we're talking about long-term rentals. So this is where you buy a property and you rent it out to a long-term tenant. The hope is that they stay there for a long period of time. So in this market, being a landlord is improving. It's improving for a couple of reasons. The first reason is rents are rising. Rents have risen, and that's due to home values increasing. Rent increases usually follow home value increases. And so yes, homes cost more and it's maybe difficult to find deals that pencil, but make sure when you're penciling deals, you're penciling them at your new market rents. The second reason being a landlord is viable right now is because there's more people that need to rent. Interest rates are rising, and that is unfortunately pricing a particular subset of people out of the market. And so there are going to be a subset of people who either can't afford a home at a higher interest rate or just don't want to make that much of their payment go towards interest, and they'd rather rent and not have to deal with the maintenance and all of the other expenses that come along with it being an owner. And so that means there's more people that want to rent a place. Another reason that there's more rentals is that there's a housing shortage in most markets right now. There's just not enough houses for people to live in. These market conditions with the rising interest rates and with there being not enough supply to meet the demand is increasing the amount of people that need to rent, so much so that landlords are starting to get bidding wars for rent. We're used to seeing bidding wars for properties that are on the market for sale over the past 6 months, but now we're starting to see bidding wars for people wanting to rent a place. That is a direct indication that there aren't enough places for people to rent. So if you have that property, if you're buying that property that you intend to have as a rental, it's a great time to do that. All right, next let's talk about house flipping. Is house flipping a viable strategy? Absolutely it is. House flipping is still here. There are plenty of people still doing it. When we talk about house flipping, we have to get out of the mind frame that these television shows have conditioned us to, right? We all think we have to buy a house and then make it look beautiful, marble countertops, beautiful backsplashes, perfectly staged, and it's just this amazing transformation in order for you to flip a house. That's not the case. Flipping just means buying something at one price point and selling it at a higher price point, right? It doesn't mean that you have to do something to it in order to make it better. Now, traditionally, with flipping anything, the idea is you need to add the value to that thing and then sell it for the higher value. But with house flipping, that doesn't always have to be the case. Being a house flipper in this market is less about what you do to a property and more about how you go about finding those gems so that you can then sell them for a higher price point. A house that I just recently sold, we found and bought for about $210,000. So we spent $210,000 and we were able to just change the carpets out in the bedrooms, and then we staged the house and then we relisted it. So we may have spent a total of $2,000 between the cleaning and the staging and putting the carpet in the bedrooms. And we are now selling that property for $250,000. And so to be a successful house flipper in this market, in these economic times, I want you to stop thinking about how you can beautify a property and sell it for a profit and start thinking about how you can spot an opportunity to buy something at a discount. And then you'll always have the option to sell it at a higher price point, even if you beautify it or not. Okay, so before y'all jump on me and curse me out, I hear you. It's difficult to find deals like that. And if you could, you would. I totally understand. So let me help you get in the right mind frame of what you should be looking for in order to find some of these things. So first of all, with both strategies, whether you're going to rent it to a long-term tenant or whether you're going to sell it, you've got to be able to spot the opportunities. And the benefit to this market right now is that tougher economic times create more opportunity to buy properties because people need sometimes to sell their property to get money to do other things that they need to do in their life. So what you want to be doing is looking on the MLS. Now, I know in most markets over the past couple of years, it's been impossible to find deals on the MLS, but as more time passes, that interest rates are still high and that inflation is still high, you're going to start to see more and more deals pop up on the MLS. And if you can look creatively at the things that are out there, you'll be able to snag some of these properties that you can see value in that other people can't. And so the first thing I want you to do is work with your local real estate agent, hopefully an agent that's already an investor or understands investment properties, and have them pull a list of every property that's been listed for 30 days or more. That's still a long time for a property to be listed right now, even though things are starting to slow down just a little bit. And so if a property's been listed for 30 days or more, think about what's happened. They've probably seen their buyer's pool decrease over time because interest rates have gone up while that property has been in the market. And so that means when they originally listed it, they had a good amount of buyers and then interest rate increased and then they had less buyers. And if it's been listed for longer than 30 days, they might have gone through 2 increases, which has decreased their buyer's pool even more. Typically, there's 3 things that keep a home from selling on the market. That's price, condition, or marketing. So that either means they are listed way too high and people are passing up looking at it, or the condition is not something that people are thrilled with and they don't want to buy it, or the agent isn't marketing it properly. And so what we're doing when we're looking for these properties that have been listed for 30 days or more is we're looking for those properties that fall into that condition bucket or even sometimes that price bucket. So everyone can go out there, talk to their agent, get them a list, have them put you on a drip email campaign where you're constantly getting updates of properties that hit that 30-day or more days on market number, and then start looking through those listings. And when you're looking through those listings, you are looking for opportunity. When you see something that looks like it's got a problem and you can identify what the problem is or why it might not be selling just by looking through the pictures, maybe that's something that you can do, right? Everybody's got a different superpower. Maybe you're handy and you can see that the thing that's keeping people from buying this property is something it's easy for you to fix. Maybe you've got great relationships with a contractor. Another thing to do is speak to local agents. Any agent you meet, we all know lots of agents, right? And if you're going to real estate meetups, you're connecting with lots of agents. Start talking to these agents, start calling around and asking to speak to agents and ask them if they have any properties they've been having trouble moving. All of these things are ways that you can start to get leads on properties that you might be able to get at a discount. And the last thing I want to tell you about this is a huge step, because it's the step that makes you the money. You have to make the offers. And so what I think you'll hear a lot of is people saying things like, there's no good deals out there, this market's too crazy, you can't buy anything. And a lot of the times those people don't really know, they haven't taken the action, they're just regurgitating something they heard. And so to keep yourself out of that bucket, make the offers. You're gonna get more no's than you're gonna get yeses. But if you are pulling down the listings that have been listed for a while and then just making your offers, and yes, they're gonna be substantially less than what those properties have been listed at, but we truly don't know people's motivation, and money talks. So once you make an offer, you've opened the door for negotiations. And so you've got to just make the offers. If you see some amount of potential, make an offer at a price point you think is right. Just put it out there. And there it is, folks. So today we talked about whether flipping and being a landlord are still viable strategies in today's market. We've talked about what's changed within those specific niches or exit strategies. We talked about how you can go go out and start looking for properties that you can use to either flip or rent. And we talked about putting on a different pair of glasses as you start to navigate through properties to see the opportunity that other people don't see, so that you can snag yourself something and flip it or keep it as a rental. So I hope you got some value out of this. Please comment below. Let me know if you're buying deals in today's market right now. Let me know if you're getting them on the market. How are you getting them? We'd love to share some of that information below. Also, make sure you go and you give us a like and a subscribe, because we love talking real estate with you. We love giving you great information, and we want to make sure we continue to do that. The best way we can is if you give us that like and subscribe. And as always, you can find me on Instagram. I'm at the Henry Washington on Instagram. I hope y'all are having a great day, and I'll see you at the closing table.